Earlier this week, the Opera House crowd was forced to stop and watch footage from a slaughterhouse during the Smiths' legend, Morrissey's concert. News today from New York City told us of a personhood hearing for chimps in court, with activists arguing that humans should be given the same legal rights as humans. It seems we're hearing more and more about animal rights in mainstream media. Why is this the case? And what kind of activism works? Marilyn Hetrelise talks to the founder of Films for Change and Sydney Vegan Club, Kym Staton, about activism and societal change.
There has been a lot of talk about activism lately. Why there is too much? Why there is too little? Do the youth care? Are we getting anywhere? Is social media activism just slacktivism? Films for Change is one Sydney-based organisation that holds regular crowd-funded events to present alternative documentaries to the public in the hope that viewers will be enlightened and changed for the better. These insightful and life-enhancing documentaries range from issues on poverty to eating animals and support the diversity and free expression of independent and local storytellers.
Machiavelli said, "The reason there will be no change is because the people who stand to lose from change have all the power. And the people who stand to gain from change have none of the power."
That was part of the trailer for the next Films for Change event, screening the documentary Poverty Inc., which addresses issues about the way our charity dollar is spent and how effective it can be depending on where we put it. These events are a smorgasbord of live music, chocolate tasting and film screening, followed by a dinner and stimulating conversation, making a valuable contribution to the spreading of ideas and awareness. Founder Kym Staton is passionate about the power of documentary to improve our understanding of the world.
People comment that they really change their lifestyle depending on the different films. They've had an enlightening experience or an informative one. It's certainly a very powerful medium, as everyone knows, and it makes a big impact. So we hope that the audience will grow and then our reach can expand as well.
A man of many activist hats, Kym Staton is also a full-time animal freedom activist and vegan educator. He has built a community of over 5,000 members who help to crowdfund Sydney Vegan Club events and guide more and more people into a cruelty-free lifestyle.
There's about 5,000 members in Sydney connected, and we have events that are educating about animal issues and the benefits of vegan lifestyle for animals, environment, health.
In a time where we are constantly bombarded with different messages from all around us, why are these two groups gaining increasing popularity? Psychologist Clare Mann thinks it has something to do with the type of engagement Kym Staton is utilising.
The films that he's choosing are giving a vision of a better world, instead of saying how awful the world is and we need to change, he's sort of selling the dream and saying this is what we can create and this is what is possible. I think Kym has a tremendous ability to get people involved, to play to their strengths, to have a sense that people are part of not only a movement but a social club that meets a lot of their social and personal needs as well as their animal advocacy ones.
Psychologist Clare Mann. A recent poll showed that approximately 1/3 of Americans believe animals should have the same rights as people, which is a huge deal, yet animal lovers still eat animals. Kym Staton comments on this discrepancy.
I think most people like to consider themselves as an animal lover, but the circle of compassion and the species of animal that we choose to direct that compassion towards may be quite narrow and just for companion animals and perhaps some endangered species. But when we look at nature as a whole and the animal kingdom, really all animals are equal and they should have equal rights.
Seeing the response from Films for Change, Kym Staton has hope for the future of animal rights and other issues and a more compassionate world.
There's very much the potential that it becomes the norm, just like any other justice movement, civil rights or women's rights, any other area of our concern where there's justice involved. Humanity has made some slow progress, so the trajectory seems to be in an upwards motion. My aim is just to speed it up.
Usually people decide to make the switch to veganism when they run out of arguments against it.
It's something that drops within you, and it's when we run out of arguments, really, it's absolutely indefensible. Firstly, that we don't need to eat or use animals. In fact, all the overwhelming evidence is people's health and longevity is much greater and improved by being a vegan. But we suddenly get that the absolute abuse of animals, we give them no rights at all. We think it's okay to eat them. Whereas if someone said, well, I'm going to eat a French person, we'd be jumping up in arms. Well, getting people to say, well, how come that is so? Why is it okay to eat one sentient being and not another? We start to see the ludicrousy of our arguments.
Psychologist Clare Mann.
Three primary life forces exist on this planet. Nature, animals, and humankind. We are the Earthlings.
Audio from the documentary Earthlings, ending that report by Marilyn Hetrelise. If you'd like to attend one of the events discussed, just Google Films for Change.